The Northern Hemisphere is going into winter. While Google tells me that winter technically doesn't start for another 6 days, the snow is already flying in a lot of places. And this is that dark, early part of winter. Not that fun, it's almost spring part of winter. Cardano is the same right now. Some people feel like we're in the darkest depths of winter, but we're right on the edge. We're right on the edge of a blizzard of dApps that are going to reshape the entire landscape. Ready? Let's go. Given the contours of human psychology and herd mentality, it's really easy right now to be negative and pessimistic. But this is the time when we should be the most optimistic. We're on the doorstep of the Cardano dApp revolution. We've already got a DEX running, and we didn't even know that project existed till it launched. The coming months are going to be super fun to watch all of these other projects as they go live. And I think we're all going to be really happy to finally see this ecosystem spread its wings. After the huge, immense amount of work that's been put into all of this, we're almost at the finish line. So today we're going to discuss the ecosystem map and some project updates from SundaeSwap, Pavia, Cornucopia, CNFT.io, and even wrapped BTC on Cardano. Let's take a step back and think about what we're approaching here. Even at these low prices, there are tens of billions of US dollars in ADA, in wallets, in the Cardano ecosystem. That ADA is just waiting to participate in an economy that is about to launch, just sitting in wallets, ready to go. No other blockchain has ever been this big when it launched smart contracts. The demand is there. We can even measure it in dollars. We see it every single day on CoinGecko and CMC. We call it a market cap, and Cardano's market cap is huge. No other blockchain's ever been this big at the point when it actually launched dApps. That's us. That's Cardano. The demand is there, and here's the supply. This is Cardano Cube's interactive Cardano ecosystem map. This is insane. We have 16 DEXs looking to launch. We know that one of them's already launched. SundaeSwap is already live and going. We know that SundaeSwap is on the test net, but there's 16 of these things. They're all looking to launch. And I mean, when I go through the list here, I recognize almost every single. We know something about almost every single name. There's a couple in here I don't know much about, but these are all projects that they're obviously on everybody's radar. But there's 16 of them. You can't possibly even want to use them all. I'm sure somebody will manage to use them all, but the average person wouldn't even have time to use all these DEXs. When we look over here at lending protocols, there are 6 lending protocols. How many loans do you need to get? How many loans do you need to fund if you're going to be on the lending side? When I look down here on marketplaces, I don't even know what they're selling. Like, some of these are familiar to me. Some of them I know to be NFT marketplaces, but I'm not even sure they're all NFT marketplaces because I don't even recognize all the names. Over here under the general DeFi category, which isn't taking in the DEXs and the lending and borrowing side, I see some names I recognize. I think we know which ones of these are synthetics and things like that. But there's a lot here. I don't even know what they're planning to do. Infrastructure is taking a lot of different things. We see some of the telecom dApps we know and love, like World Mobile over here, but I don't even know what some of the rest of these are doing. I don't even know what they're up to. Launch pads. How many launch pads do we need? There's 12 here. There's 12 different launch pads. we have a whole economy here about to launch. We have a ton of funds ready to participate in an economy, and we have a whole economy right in front of us. All of these projects, the ecosystem hasn't even launched yet. Like, dApps haven't even launched. Obviously, they've all been waiting for the Plutus application backend to hit mainnet. That's going to be a prerequisite for a lot of these. Some have figured out how to launch, how to sort of front run that, like SundaeSwap did in the DEX side, and some other projects have with NFT marketplaces and things like that. But all of these projects are pretty much waiting for the Plutus application backend to hit mainnet. And I think we're probably going to hear some more information on that in the IOHK development mid-month update, which is coming up. But we're right there. We're right at the edge. And I don't think there's ever been anything like this in the crypto blockchain space before. Have we ever seen an ecosystem this big? I won't even get into the number of NFT projects we have, but look how many gaming projects we have. Like, I don't even know. I would say I probably know about maybe five of these. Maybe five of these. The rest of them, I have no idea what they even are. We have both sides now. We have the demand. The demand is obviously there, and we can measure it in US dollars in our market cap. You could argue, hey, that's a demand to invest in ADA, not necessarily a demand to participate in these dApps. But a good percentage of that is going to be very curious and want to experience this gigantic dApp galaxy that's just about to launch in Cardano. SundaeSwap just had a meeting for its scoopers. We've discussed in the past on this channel, scoopers are doing the batching of transactions for SundaeSwap, and they're stake pool operators who we're all familiar with. Here's a report on their recent meeting, and there were other reports just like this one. Everybody seems super excited and happy with the way things are going over there in SundaeSwap land. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I think it's easy to forget about something really important with SundaeSwap. If we look at the number of followers, the number of people who've chosen to follow SundaeSwap on Twitter, we see this number, 242.3 thousand followers. In the land of crypto, where we have trillion-dollar market caps for the space and all these kinds of things, that doesn't seem like a huge number. But it is gigantic when you consider that the current number of followers of Uniswap is 756.9 thousand. So before SundaeSwap has even launched, SundaeSwap Labs already has 242.3 thousand followers. What does it look like when this thing launches? Uniswap only has, three times, something on the order of three times that number. SundaeSwap has already achieved this before they've even launched. The demand for Cardano dApps is gigantic. Here's Pavia letting us know that they're adding Inter-Parcel messaging. So we'll actually be able to send messages back and forth, all of us who are in Pavia. But let's think about Pavia for a second. Pavia has 60,000 parcels with, I believe, plans to add more next year. What are they going up to? 100,000, I think, 100,000 parcels. If I'm CNFTing correctly, if I just checked it correctly, a second ago it looked like the floor was something like 335 ADA. That's the floor. Think about what that implies for the market cap of the parcels in Pavia. And it's so early. Pavia is so early as a project. It's just a map. It's a map and some plans. And the market cap of the Pavia properties are already that high, 60,000 assets, and the floor is something like 335 ADA at the moment. That's insane. The appetite for Cardano dApps is ferocious. But you saw the ecosystem map. This is Cardano. We don't just have one metaverse generating a lot of interest. We have multiple. Here, Cornucopias is telling us your in-game character will be fully customizable from facial features to body type. You can do it all. More info to come on this in the future. And if you've seen any of their demos, any of their trailers, it looks crazy. The amount of energy that's been put into all of these Cardano dApps that are going to be launching soon. True, in the case of the metaverses, when we say soon, we really mean like 2 years from now. Well, I think a huge amount of the non-metaverse type dApps will be launching in the very, very near future. Obviously, the metaverse is a little bit further out. But when you think about the amount of energy that's been put into all these projects, it's really only matched by the demand for these projects. Here's CNFT.io letting us know we've introduced a smart contract option for selling fixed price listings on CNFT.io. Simply list with NAMI and you can buy with all main Cardano wallets. even these projects that managed to launch before the release of the Plutus application backend, even those early projects are now transitioning over to smart contracts. This is crazy. We've already got, we already had a few projects that kind of front ran everything and figured out how to launch, without the PAB. But even those projects now are furiously transitioning over to the era of smart contract usage that we're about to see in Cardano. There's always been a bet you could make in crypto that the first proof of stake blockchain to truly solve the blockchain trilemma would see a lot of users attracted to it who would want to use even the assets of other blockchains on that triumphant blockchain. And here we see even a project that wants to do wrapped Bitcoin on Cardano. They're going to have wrapped Bitcoin on Cardano. This, of course, was inevitable. This is not the first time we've seen wrapped Bitcoin. Wrapped Bitcoin's been around for a long time. But just the idea of it, when I imagine some of those Bitcoin maximalists, I'm not going to go through and give you the laundry list of the individuals who this would fit the most. We all know who they are. But can you imagine the look on their face if they ran into somebody who told them that their interaction with the Bitcoin blockchain was using wrapped Bitcoin on Cardano? This is their worst nightmare, and that nightmare is going to come true. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're having a great week. Do not despair. Things are about to get really fun. Talk to you tomorrow.